Hey, this is Shana Meyerson with YOGAthletica in Los Angeles, California. Today I have a special repeat guest by special request. It is Mom! Not just Mom, but Mom with braids. Okay, so today we're gonna close the door. Hey Mom?
What?
So, Vrksasana and Mamahantas, we're going to teach you a tree pose today. Mom, last time you saw her was 68. This time?
64 now.
This time she's magic at 64. But honestly, 75. Look at this. Look. This is what I'm going to look like when I'm 75 if I'm lucky. Okay. So tree pose is called Vrksasana. Say it.
Tree pose.
No. Vrksasana.
Tree pose.
Vrksasana is one of those really weird poses to say. So here's the thing with tree pose. We'll start from the ground up. The main thing that people always make, I'm going to be nice and call it a mistake, but really what it is a cheat, is the standing foot has a strong tendency to turn out. Okay, this is a balance cheat. So when we do this pose, we try to keep the foot facing straight forward. Okay? Yeah. We'll start on our right leg, right? Because that's our easy leg. Keep in mind, guys, that when you're going through your vinyasa and you start on your right leg, that means you lift your left leg first. A lot of people who are maybe beginning teachers think starting on your right side means lift your right side. It actually means lift your left side because it's the right side that's doing the work.
Can I start on the left? My left is much stronger than my right.
She's going to start on the left. I'm going to start on the right, and we're going to yin-yang this.
Yin and yang.
Okay, so making sure that your feet are parallel to start, okay? And again, watch that foot that likes to turn out. Let's keep it facing forward. The foot that you're going to lift, you right, me left. Ow. Okay. You take your foot, grab your ankle. Okay? Okay? Great. So come on down. So this is tree number 2. She's way too advanced for me. Tree number 1, actually you take the foot right to the inner thigh. So you grab your ankle and place your foot, the heel, right up there in your crotch. Oh.
You said that.
You can keep your hand on my knee. That's not my knee, on my shoulder, I mean. Okay, now, when you keep your hand on my shoulder. So when you're in this pose, guys, the toes should be pointing down. Are your toes pointing down?
Yes.
Okay, because a lot of people sort of try to wrap their foot around in front. Toes point down. Okay, now, standing leg is straight but not locked. Okay, so you don't want to like press your knee back so it disappears, but just like a micro bend. A micro bend, Mom, is a bend that you can feel but I can't see. Luckily, I can't see anything with those pants, so you're safe. Okay, so again, it's foot parallel, so make sure it doesn't turn out. Grab your ankle, toes point down, and your foot goes to the inner thigh with your heel way up high. Okay, guys, remember you never want to press into a joint, okay? So make sure that your foot is not on your knee. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people find this, in case you didn't know from the last video, my mom is super bendy, right? Alien, planet pretzel. We've established that before. She's like 75 and she's like, oh yeah, but there are people who like can't do that. No, it's true. So for people who have sort of some flexibility challenges, what you can do is instead, so let's just do this, take your foot and notice how like the arch of your foot will like sort of fit right there on your calf muscle, like a puzzle piece. Huh? Now, I say this for people who are lacking flexibility, but when I do this, people are like, oh, okay, I'm going to take that one, it's so much easier. But it's not easier. It's true. How do you know that? Besides that you're my daughter? I mean, I'm your daughter. You know that because, so this one is harder on flexibility, but guys, this one is actually harder on balance. So it's a trade-off. Don't think that lower is better, okay? So, once we have that established, our foot is on the inner thigh, the toes pointing down. So again, make sure the toes do not wrap forward. Here's the part that people get very confused on. She's just working on her going here right now. Everybody knows, if you've ever been to a yoga class, that Vrksasana, say it.
Tree pose. Tree.
Not so smart, this one.
No.
Okay. Knows that the knee is supposed to be facing sideways, right? Have you heard that before?
Yes.
Okay, but that's only half the story.
What's the other half?
The other half of the story is that your hips need to face forward.
Oh,
so here's
terrific.
what happens, guys.
Okay.
If my hips are actually facing forward, okay, and my leg comes up, if I were to move my knee all the way sideways, you see how my hips wind up diagonal. You do that. Let's look. So she takes up her foot.
I take up my foot.
Yep, toes are pointing down, way up on your inner thigh. Here, you can hold my shoulder if you want to. Now so this is natural. See how her foot, her knee is at something of an angle. You can hold on, it's okay. So now, open your knee all the way to the side. Okay, stop. Look at her hips. Can you move your hand? Your right hand out of the way, just take it. I don't mean move it. Yeah, okay, beautiful. Right? Like she's totally voguing here. Can you see how the hips turn diagonally? Okay, come on down. So what do you think happens when the hips go diagonally instead of facing forward? By the way, guys, we did not...
I get the right answer.
Hold
Do
on.
I get a cookie?
Yes, a cookie. We did not audition for this. The only thing we audition.
Audition?
No, what's it called when you practice?
Practice.
No, for a play?
Practice.
No, like play practice. What's it called? You used to be in plays.
I know.
Rehearse.
Oh, that. I know that.
The only thing we did to prepare for this video, by the way, is this.
Yeah, I did. Terrific.
Okay, so she didn't know the answer to that, but the answer is, in fact, I'm going to be a lot more stable with my hips square than I am if my hips are facing sideways, right? Because now my leg is at a torsion, is non-neutral. So here's the beauty of this pose though. If my hips are facing forward and my knee is opening to the side, even if it doesn't go all the way sideways, don't let your ego get in the way and feel like knee must be sideways. It just means the knee is moving sideways, okay? But if I really pay attention to keeping my hips square, what happens is I wind up with a really nice hip opener. Does that make sense? If my knee doesn't open all the way sideways and I open my hip instead, well then there's no hip action going on in this left hip. But if I'm pushing this back, and by the way, for those of you who don't know, I'm a fairly bendy human being. My knee is not all the way to the side. She's a very bendy human being.
Bendy.
She moved her leg all the way to the side and she fell. Okay, take
I
your
didn't
time.
fall.
She didn't fall.
Didn't fall.
This is documented.
I was going to fall.
Okay, go. Make sure your foot is facing forward. Okay, take your leg up. Way up in the crotch. Let's crunch that foot. You got it. Now, keep your hips square. You can put your hands on your hips to make sure they stay square. And just feel a little pull as your knee pulls backwards, but don't take your hips with. Wow. Okay?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm beautiful.
Okay.
Now
you are
fall.
beautiful. Yes, now you can fall.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. So, let's say you got that far. And one thing that I hear all the time is, my shorts, my pants, my whatever, I'm too sweaty, I'm too slippery, I'm too whatever. Here's the thing, guys. You should be able to do tree pose wearing a slip and slide covered in oil. And this is the part where we take out the slip and don't worry, I have one for you.
What is a slip and slide?
We're putting it on.
Okay,
like
I
a plastic
my oil.
No. Okay. So here's the thing, guys. If my foot is resting on my thigh and my leg is slippery, whether because I have slippery pants, which by the way I do right now, or because I'm sweaty, if my foot is just sort of resting here, it could like slide down, okay? So what you need to be thinking about in tree pose is imagine a vise, right? You guys know what a vise is? It's like that thing that holds a piece of wood together. So imagine there's like a piece of paper between your foot and your thigh, something really thin, and your job is to push it so there's no way for it to slide down. Here's the thing, guys. If this foot is pushing this way, and this thigh is pushing this way, hello, my energy is centrifugal. Is that a word, Mom?
Yes, centrifugal.
Okay. So it's pushing inwards, so there's no way for it to slide up and down. But if I get lazy in this leg, or slidey in this leg, because this leg is not pushing, it's just sort of resting, then I slide. So now let's think vice-like grip. Okay, let's start with the foot. Remember, the foot is always going to turn down. Foot parallel. Okay, grab your ankle, toes point down. Crotch the foot. You can put your hand on my shoulder if you need to. Keep your hips square. I'm going to put my hands on my hips to make sure they stay square. And always look at a spot, guys, right? It's called a drishti. Look at one spot. Looking down, I think, is easiest. Looking forward is middleiest, and looking up is the hardest. Now, my knee starts to open, but my hips remain square. Foot and thigh pressing in to each other. How's it going over there?
Good.
Good.
Well.
Well.
Well. Good well.
Well, goodly?
Well, good.
Goodly well.
Well.
Okay. Okay. Ready, Mom?
Now what am I doing?
Let's take our hands to namaste. Okay. Excellent. Come down. Awesome. Okay, she was afraid she wasn't going to have the balance. Okay, guys, you know that's a joke. Okay, so let's talk about how to shift the gaze, because the hardest part of this pose, and it's not mandatory, is looking up. Okay? Here's the thing, guys. Your gaze is super important to your balance in every pose. Not just this pose, but every pose. Don't yawn. It's not that boring.
I was coughing, but just
okay. Ew, Mom. Okay, so what happens is people think the gaze goes up because that's like the most challenging aspect of the pose. They come into pose, take their hands up, and they look up and they're like, they fall. Okay, of course they're gonna fall. Your gaze helps to keep you in place. If you don't believe me, try your tree pose with your eyes closed. Let me know how that goes. Here's my trick for shifting the gaze. You ready for the trick?
I'm ready.
This is like my patented trick, guys. Okay, foot is parallel. Grab your foot. Crotch the heel, vice-like grip, knee opens, hips square. My arms go up. I may need to shave my armpits, but that's okay. You probably can't tell from there. Here's how I shift my gaze. Instead of just throwing my head back, I look for points of interest. For example, right now, I'm going to look at where the top of the door is. Because that camera's actually in my closet. Now, I look to where the wall meets the ceiling. Then, I find like a little shadow on the wall, something to attach my gaze to. And if at any point I feel like I'm losing my balance, I come back to the previous point. I look at a dot on the ceiling. If you have no dots on the ceiling, draw them there. And then I find like there's a little tiny pimple right there on my ceiling.
A nuker.
And I look up, and voila. Now here's the thing, guys. When you shift your gaze back, you would think that just dropping your head to come into neutral would solve your problems. It doesn't. Come out. Whoa! I fell. The same way you came in. One at a time until you're back to neutral. Honestly, you can do anything you want with your hands at this point. Ready, Mom?
Oh dear.
Okay, you're lucky because you got the frog. Okay, you got something to look at. So, tell me about the foot.
Okay.
Tell me about the foot.
Take it.
No, the bottom foot. What about it?
Flat.
Facing
Straight.
forward. Okay.
Looking for it.
Top leg. Grabs her ankle. Crotch the heel. Okay, go ahead. Put your hand. That's okay. That's okay. Don't worry about it, Mom. Toes point down. Okay? I got you. Okay? Now, remember, don't lock the knee, but you want it pretty straight. Knee opens enough that you feel, not that the hip opens, just enough that you feel a little stretch in your hips. Okay, start looking straight forward, okay? Can you take your arms up and just balance there? I'm going to give you a little help right here.
To here? No.
Yep, take them up. Okay. Are you doing the method? Look at the frog. Take your time. When you're ready, that's okay. Don't look at me, Mom. Look here. Okay? You ready? Take your time. One spot at a time. Look at where the wall meets the ceiling. You're moving too fast. Slow down. Try to find a spot to lock your eyes on before you move again. Okay? Keep going when you're ready until you're looking all the way up. Too fast. Too fast, Mom. Okay? Is your foot pressing against your thigh? Okay? Okay. Okay, guys, this is hard work. Shifting the gaze changes everything. Okay? So again, you got to take your time. Patience is a virtue, Mom. You taught me that. Come on. So don't rush this. You don't want to just be like here. Most likely, you're going to fall. Spot, spot, spot. I'm losing it, so I'm going to balance here for a second. Keep looking at that spot. Little higher, little higher. I don't even have to move my head. I can move mostly my eyes. And as I'm ready, find that little ceiling pimple. And I shift back the same way. Forward a little, forward a little, forward a little, hey. Now you're my drishti. And I have my balance. One more time, or are we done?
We're done.
Could you say Vrksasana?
Say it once more.
Vrksasana.
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 What's the first part?
Vrik.
Rick.
Vrik.
Rick.
No. Vrik.
Vrksasana.
Shasana.
Shana. Vrksasana.
No, Shasana.
Shana.
Shas. Ana.
Shana.
Vrksasana.
It sounds like Rick Shapiro, who used to live at the end of the block where we grew up when I was a little kid. His name was Rick Shapiro, though.
Okay, it's not Rick Shapiro, guys. It's Vrksasana. I'm Shana Meyerson. This is my mom. Not Bess Meyerson. I know everybody gets confused. Lenny Meyerson. Write comments about how cute her hair is because she doesn't believe me. This is Shana Meyerson, as previously mentioned, Yoga Athletica, Los Angeles, California, wishing you an awesome day.